Welcome back to the Palma Pioneer Pantry. This morning we started making, we started making some yogurt in the Instant Pot, and I'm having a really hard time with it. I've done this before, but for some reason this morning it won't get up to temperature, and I don't know if maybe there's something wrong with my thermometer and so it really is up to temperature, but I don't know. So I'm just waiting for my thermometer to read 180 because you need a temperature between 180 and 200 before you move on to the next step, and then we'll continue. Today's kind of a random day. I'll just be taking you along with me. So thanks for being here, and I'll see you when I get the temperature up to 180. Okay, while we're waiting for this to come up to temperature, I am going to make some tuna fish salad for my husband for lunch. I've only made this once before, so I probably should have looked up the recipe again, but I'm not going to. We're just gonna, oh, that's what I forgot, lemon juice. I was standing there staring at the fridge going, what is it? I know there was something else that I pulled out of the fridge last time. Little splash of lemon juice. Okay. I'm actually not sure that I put mustard in it last time, so I think I'm going to leave it out just in case. Because I feel like that could taste really weird. Oh, it's telling me we're up to temperature again. Yay! Okay, we have finally hit over 180 degrees, so I'm gonna set the lid aside. We'll give this a couple minutes to cool here, and then I'll take it out and let it cool on the counter until it gets down to 110 degrees, and then we'll show you the next steps. For now though, got some salt and pepper in here. I guess we should probably try to mix this in a little bit before we add the mayonnaise. And this is just canned tuna. I think I've got 4 or 5 cans of tuna in here. And then I think I'm going to need about a half a cup of mayonnaise, but we're going to go a little bit at a time since my bowl is fairly full. No, I'm definitely going to need more than half a cup, because that was almost a quarter of a cup. And this is not. Maybe it's mixing in better than I thought. Let's get another scoop. Trying to make sure I don't put any tuna back in my mayonnaise jar. But I really don't want to get another spoon. I'm going to have to get another spoon. Well, If I need more mayonnaise, we'll have to get another spoon. We'll see. Move that up later. So if he was going to eat this right now, I think this would probably be okay. But I'm a little bit worried about it drying out between now and when he eats it. So I am going to add, first we're going to add a little more salt and pepper. And no, I'm not tasting this because I have no idea what it should taste like. And I really, really, really don't like mayonnaise. So we'll just hope that it's okay, at least. Okay, the more I stir this, the wetter it's getting. So I think I'm not actually going to add any extra mayonnaise to this. I know that they sometimes have little mayonnaise packets left over in their break room. So if he's really desperate, he can add some more mayonnaise. But I think it'll be okay. Right, so that's that. He can take some bread with him. I don't want to make it into sandwiches because then the bread gets soggy and that's no good. So I'll get this cleaned up. This is gonna sit, like I said, I'll take it out of the pot for a while, and that'll sit for at least an hour as it cools down to 110 degrees, and then we'll move on from there. I have some just general chores and things to get done around the house. I need to get a workout in. And so I will see you back here when we're back to doing Paul in the Pantry things. Okay, so the milk is still about 10 degrees too hot, 120. It really needs to get down to 110. So I have a meeting that I need to go to. We're gonna go to that. And then we'll come back and check it again. Because I don't want it to get too cold. Ugh, I don't know, my meeting's in 15 minutes, so I don't know if I can get the temperature down quickly enough. Yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna put it back in the Instant Pot and put the lid on. We're not gonna turn it on or heat it or anything. We're just gonna see if we can get it to last a little bit longer before it gets all the way down to 110, since it didn't get down to 110 when I needed it to. And then after my meeting, I'll come back and check it. And if it's gotten too low, we'll heat it back up again. And then we'll add the yogurt culture and continue the process. But for now, we're just gonna leave it. Okay, my meeting is over. Let's see if this managed to stay at a high enough temperature. Okay, so we're at 109-ish, which I think is fine. So what we need to do now is plug the Instant Pot back in. And I have just some plain non-fat Greek yogurt. I think full fat yogurt is usually better, but this is the only plain yogurt that I could find just a little thing of. And you only need 2 tablespoons of starter culture. So this is what we're using. Well, my son really likes to play with the measuring cups and spoons, so sometimes I can't find what I want, but this is a 1/8 cup measure, and 1/8 of a cup is the same as 2 tablespoons. So we're going to take this, and theoretically what you're really supposed to do is, we should do it the right way. Okay. Because I didn't do it this way. Last time I made yogurt, I just dumped the culture in and stirred it up. And it was a little thinner than I wanted, which there were a bunch of different things that could have caused that. But just in case this is the reason that it happened, I am going to grab a bowl and do this the right way. Okay, so what you're supposed to do, which I will do in just a second. First, you skim off the skim. There's like a little film that forms on the top of the milk. So you skim that off. You don't have to, just I've read that it changes the texture a little bit. I don't know. So I always take it off. And then you take a cup or so of your milk and put it in a separate bowl. And then you take your starter and mix it in there, which I'm not sure why you're supposed to do it this way, since, I mean, it's not like I'm changing the temperature of the milk in the bowl, but it's called tempering. So mix it in really well, and then I'm going to pour it back into the Instant Pot, kind of mix that up, and then we put the lid on, and you can leave it in venting, it's not pressure cooking. Press the yogurt button until it says the number of hours that you want it to incubate. I'm going to incubate this one for 10 hours because last time I did 8, and like I said, it was a little runnier than I would have liked. And I know you can change that also by straining, but I want to try just incubating it for a little bit longer as well. And then we just wait, and in 10 hours we'll let it cool, and we let it cool in the fridge overnight, and then I separate it out into little containers. So we'll see you when we start that process. For now, more cleanup, always more cleanup. Okay, so I did a bunch of editing, and I thought I was gonna have some energy to do outside work today, but it's not gonna happen. So I have all of this laundry that's been waiting for me for a couple of days. So I'm going to fold laundry, watch some YouTube, and then if I have time, I have a couple of things that need to be mended that I will work on. But mostly I want to make sure I get all of this laundry folded so that it's put away and we have access to it more easily. My favorite part of laundry is always folding towels. So sometimes I save it for the end and use that to motivate me to keep going. But on this day I wanted to start with something that felt a little bit more fun, so I did it first. For mending, I do mend some of our clothes. Mostly I'm mending this maternity dress because it is my favorite maternity dress and I want to keep being able to wear it. The jeans are actually my husband's old work jeans. And his jeans happen to fit me perfectly through most of pregnancy, so I mend them so that I can wear them and not have to buy pregnancy pants. Okay, good morning. So last night I took this out of the Instant Pot, let it cool for a little bit, and then actually my husband put it in the fridge for me before he went to bed. It's looking really solid. I actually only let it incubate for about 9.5 hours because I was just exhausted and needed to go to bed. But now that we've got it, it's cooled overnight. I like to separate it out into these jars, and I don't fill them all the way full because my husband likes to put granola in with it. And so we are gonna mix it up a little bit just to kind of get a better feel. Yeah, it looks more like yogurt. If you wanted to make this into an actual Greek yogurt, you'd have to, I want to say filter it, but that's not the right word. Strain it, I guess. I do not have the patience for that today, at least. So we're just gonna fill our jars. And I probably won't need this many jars. I just pulled them all out because I feel like no matter how much I try to fill them the same amount every time, I always use a different number of jars. And so I have in the past, this is just plain yogurt at this point. So in the past I have put like a jar of jam in it. And you can also sweeten it with other things or flavor it with other things. For right now, I'm just gonna put these in here. I'll probably add some honey to half the jars and some strawberry jam to the others. And then when my husband eats it, he can mix it together and add granola if he wants and things like that. But just making a mess here. So I wanted to show you guys the bottom of this pot. So it looks like somehow it's not really burned, but it does look like it either curdled or cheesed or something at the very bottom. So I was careful not to scrape the bottom as I was getting the yogurt out. Fill that up with water. So I've got my jars. And we're gonna do, let's see, we're gonna do most of them with honey because there's not, like, I think that's the best way. Actually, we're gonna do them all with honey this time. Anyway, once I get the honey in each of these, I'll wipe the rims. I've got used flats and rings that I'll put on them, and then we'll put them back in the fridge. And that's that. So thank you for being here on the Palma Pioneer Pantry, and we'll see you next time.
So I just wanted to hop on here at the end and let you know that putting this honey in the yogurt was actually a very bad idea. As you could see, the honey was already a little bit crystallized, and putting it in the fridge, making it cold, did not help that at all. So my husband ended up not even being able to eat the honey part anyway. So I will have to look into how to properly sweeten yogurt for next time. But if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, subscribe to our channel to see more, and I'll pop a couple other videos up here that you can watch until our next upload.